Alright, this is my 1995 Nissan 240SX. It's a Zenki. I'm Mason. This is a 2007 350Z motor. This is a VQ35HR. And we're swapping it into this 240. So, the plan is to take the whole stock drivetrain and just throw it in the car. We already have the 350Z rear end in there. Use the GK Tech adapter bushings in the back, so we got the axles, the rear diff in there. Sadly, it was a VLSD that I had to weld up, but we're just gonna hope that it holds. Also, we're using the CD09 6-speed transmission. Got the GK Tech short shifter already on there, and as you can see, all the bullshit electronics are on top of there. I'm gonna have to make another video going over all the wiring that goes into this engine, but I did get it running on the ground. So now we can start making like a lot of progress and get this thing in the car. So we're gonna be prepping the bay. That's the whole plan. We're gonna go tubs for sure. I already did angle mods. I'll probably go over that. I do want to go back and like reinforce them. But yeah, so patching holes, tubs, paint, test fit the engine, and then we're probably gonna have to do some things with this cross member here. I'm gonna relocate my rack, so we're gonna have to pull it out anyways. So yeah, let's start sanding. Should probably also say that the whole purpose behind this car is it's a drift car, and I chose the VQ. This is pretty cheap. Seems like it's gonna be a reliable swap. Gonna work really well. So I'm probably gonna start with all these holes up here on the front radiator support, just because it's like, I don't know, easy to get to, and we'll see how it looks. Feel out the material we're welding, make sure it's not a big pain in the ass, because you might want to use body filler on some of them, but we'll see. Before I do that though, I definitely want to get rid of the charcoal canister and the lines that run under the car and everything. I think we're just gonna run the tank vent line like out maybe by the gas cap or something. I don't know, just throw a little filter on it. It's got that check valve, so it's not gonna be like open the whole time, just like puking out fumes, but we'll see. So I guess the next thing is to get under the car and hit up that. Okay, so I've been reading a lot of shit on the forums about the whole evap system, charcoal canister, and like all the hard lines. So this is the driver's side, one of the two hard lines in the system. It just kind of comes down here, and it looks like it just vents straight to atmosphere, and then it just runs all the way up the frame rail up to the charcoal canister. So I think I can just pull this one off and be safe. I know the main one that comes from the tank is in here on this like set of lines that runs to like the brakes and all that stuff, or fuel and all that stuff. So I don't know if I'm just gonna cap it up there where it goes, or if I'm gonna pull the whole line, which if I do that, it looks like I'm gonna have to drop the tank. I don't even know if you can see what I'm talking about, because they just go straight up and over the tank and you can't get to anything up top. So we'll see what happens. We got all that stuff out, so it's a bit cleaner, but we still have this hard line, and this is venting straight from the tank, and it goes up and around over the top and comes back over with the fuel lines. So kind of what I'm thinking is just like cutting it about here and then bending it and tucking it along this crack all the way along here, and then venting out this hole like into the fender well, because from what I've read and seen, there's like a check valve on that line, to when like pressure just like builds up, it's gonna come out, but then the valve closes when the pressure's like been released. So, and the other thing I've seen is S14 gas caps, I guess they draw in pressure or something, so they have like their own mechanism there. So I guess it's kind of safe to where I shouldn't worry that the tank's gonna over pressurize and like blow up and like cause a big fire. So we don't want that to happen, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I really don't feel like dropping the tank or like digging back by the fuel pump area right now, so we're just gonna kind of send that and see what happens. Worst case, we just have to like pull a whole line and like figure that out, but it's gonna get deleted either way. Let's do it. I got the hard line off. I realized that it like connects to a soft line down there. So we could kind of just pull it off and get it bent the way we want and send it up that way. One thing I did realize though, my headers are going to be going down right there. So I don't really know. Soft line, hot headers, you know. Might melt it, but we're going to find out. In place for the most part. I'm just going to push it back into that crack more. And I still have to trim it to length, but it looks like that's going to work out unless it's like too close to the headers. Kind of see, that's the soft line right there. Fuel lines are to the left of it. Cool. Time to start welding. So this is my welding setup right here. It's an Eastwood MiG 135. Got a bottle of CO2, and it's like 75 CO2, 25 argon. Could have that backwards, but yeah, I got it because I used to use this thing. This beautiful Chicago Electric, you know, Harbor Freight welder. Started off with that. I actually welded a diff with that and it held up for a long time. So this is a pretty big step up. Works great. Should work fine for doing some sheet metal stuff. So see how it goes. It was way easier than I thought. Yeah, so now we're gonna hit it with a flapper and see how clean it looks. Not too bad. Some little holes and stuff, but maybe with primer and paint that'll just go away. Probably hit it with some sandpaper, not the flapper. Yeah, there's like these 3 little spot weld looking things I'm probably gonna fill. I don't know, mess around some of these bigger holes and stuff. Just sucks, the paint underneath, when it burns, it smells horrible and fills my garage up with smoke, which is great. Wasn't too bad though. These are gonna be so fun. Probably just doing it right now just to mess around, but yeah. Tacking. So this is my first time ever doing like sheet metal work and patching holes, so I really wanted to just go all out and just give it a shot, and I don't know. I think I messed up some of the angle grinding with the flapper and it's not going to be that flat, but hit it with a bunch of primer and sand it and hope that it kind of looks okay, but yeah, so not too bad.